Krista here with you again today. And it's kind of rainy here the last few days, and I think it's going to continue. Um, but to me, that kind of means it feels like more of a relaxation time. Um, Today I kind of wanted to talk about recovery again, and how hard it is for some of us to stay in recovery. Whether or not you're having issues with it today, I have to say that I'm right in that class with you all. Um, Sometimes it's easy to fall back in using this or that, especially during times of crisis. Whether you've lost your job, you might have moved, big stressful events, whether it might be an illness that you've just learned you have, or an illness of someone that you love. Um, Whatever the case may be, we're all in this together. Um, it's something that we have to look at, though, like we have to really forgive ourselves, because it's so easy to shame, blame, and even punish ourselves. Maybe when it's been done to us all our lives, starting in a young age, these learned techniques that we've used to even self harm during the process of using, when we begin to use too much, or we think that more is a better thing when it actually makes us sick and harms us in the end. Um, I'd like to think of this today like, um, how how are we taking care of ourselves? How are we keeping going? And are we at a happy point? Are we at a sad point? Where are we in our state level of recovery? Are we still falling into patterns of using, whether it's just maybe lapsing from time to time, or maybe if it's a full relapse, you don't have to go through it by yourself, and you never have to go through it by yourself. I mean, it just makes it worse a lot of times. But that's why it's good for us to go into like places where they can help take care of you during it, whether you're headed into rehab or intake, um, inpatient care at a mental health facility, where, or a rehab facility where they can help take care of you, and during your withdrawals, um, help you get on the right medicine if you have a mental health disorder that you struggle with, and maybe that you find yourself using more because you're trying to find ways of coping, to feel better again. If you do have any type of mental health disorder, such as bipolar, anything, it goes for, just so many of anxiety or depressive disorders, where we want to feel better. Maybe we want to lead more exciting lives, or meet new, great, exciting people. When it comes down to it, when you really do start learning recovery, I kind of myself find myself learning that all the people that I hang with, just like it says in all the books, were users. Um, and you have to start kind of screening who you want in and out of your life now when you begin your journey of recovery. If you're in the middle of your recovery, or if you're not sure where you're at. Um, I know I can fall back into different states of recovery as I go through this. And, a lot of us think that it's easy to quit. And then you find in the journey and process that it's not. It's not so easy as you thought. Um, I think the longer you use, the more years you use, and the older you get, the harder that it gets to maybe put something down. Maybe you might sneak something, put it back down, whatever it is. Um, or you can, if you want to flip from one drug to the next drug, trying to kill some kind of pain or just whatever it is, just in your spare time, going to the bar, hanging out at this place or that place. You find yourself connected still to a lot of people that are offering you things or where it's really easy to get things. And you find yourself back into the same lifestyle, toxic lifestyle. A really good important step for us and for me as we all go through this is rehab, turning yourself in when you see that you are having a problem again. If maybe you did it one day and then the next time it's 3 days and then it falls into a full lapse where you're on it for a month, weeks. When you find you're scared and you're at that point where you want help and you have learned that there is help and that help is a really important action step for you to take, um, go. Go to that intake, go to that rehab, turn yourself in wherever you are and just tell yourself and tell them that you have a problem and you need help. And we often think that we can do it on our own. And we might sit in our homes and isolate and think that we are not going to pick it up again. But that's where it's important to take the action steps to share your stories. And as you're sitting in your recovery classes, and those nurses are taking care of you, whether it's helping you during withdrawals or whatever it may be, just emotional support, or from around in the rooms, whatever it is. A lot of times there's plenty of it. Um, just being able to share with others um, that the same stuff um, is very healing. Learning, staying in the meditation classes and maybe the physical therapy classes, and getting the right withdrawal drugs during it, or the shared community inside of the groups that they hold where everybody comes together is just a giant step, a healing step for you. And it helps, it really does. Um, to, just basically go on and stop you and motivate you to continue with your recovery. And a lot of it is about learning again, stepping inside these places. If you are having a problem today or tomorrow, to know that these places exist, even if you have to step away and go somewhere else and live for a while and get away from whatever it is, like a halfway house, where you're going to be monitored and looked after, so you won't have those drugs or whatever it is that you're continuing to use or falling back into. Taking the steps today, every time that you do that or you help a loved one enter that domain, that place of inpatient recovery, these are very important steps to take, um, because it will help you take a giant step towards your recovery. just in my books what it says, the more help that you receive, outer help that you receive, and that you learn about a recovery, even if you listen to tapes like mine or other recovery YouTube videos that give out information about how not to fall back into that pit, how not to keep falling back into the pit, and to finally take another road altogether. Um, how many times in our lives is it going to take us to learn? You know, how many times have we fallen into the hole today? We need to take a look at ourselves and, gain inventory about, um, are we able to stop? Um, and the choice is ours, whether or not we are ready to take those steps and those action steps and go forward. And maybe get your family in there as well and have them get some education by sharing a video with them or whatever it is, or even going and doing therapy um, with them to help you share and have your loved ones understand what it is that you are going through and have all the help that you need um, and support. And if you don't have a supportive family or friends, not to keep isolated and to get out there and get that help that you need today. I hope this video doesn't go on and that I repeat myself, but it can be a very painful and very terrifying place when you're stuck and you feel out of control. Maybe you can't put whatever it is down. Maybe you're hurting. Maybe you're hurting inside a great deal, and you're just went back to coping. Um, you know, just whatever it is, to get help, whether it's just talking to someone, calling a support to help you get through it, whether that is a friend or confidant, but also helping them understand what you are going through as well. So I'm just going to make this video short today. And there is healing for everyone today, whether it's talking it out, using coping skills, joining groups of people, joining recovery, and joining supports. You don't have to go through this on your own. And the further we can educate and heal each other, the better we're going to recover and stay recovered. So have a great day, people, and peace.